welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about Yaga, the online platform where you can buy secondhand. I have been on Yaga now for a couple of years, both buying and selling, and yeah, every time I share cool things that I found on there, people are always like, how do you find these things? When I'm just wearing it out and I tell people that's where I found it, they're always like, sure, I go on there, but it's too many things and I can't find what I'm looking for. Apparently Yaga overwhelms a lot of you guys. So today I thought we could have a little chat about that, and I can give you guys some of the tips and tricks that I use when I'm on there, when I'm looking for stuff. I'm also going to share some of the stores that I go back to all the time because they always have really cool things. We're going to be talking about bundling and getting the rates a bit lower. Yeah, those are the things we're going to be chatting about in this video. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, stay tuned, and thanks for being here. If you are into thrifting, you have to have Yaga. Simply because it is such a big platform. It has got, I think as of 2026, it's got over 1.5 registered users. That means there are 1.5 million people selling and buying on there. So if you're a thrift store owner as well, it is definitely a great place to have your things out because the people are already there. So whatever you're looking for, someone is probably trying to get rid of it and they're probably trying to sell it, and so it is really a good place to go. Yaga has really built such an amazing platform. Let's start with basics. Before you're gonna go and buy anything new, I would first search Yaga. But for me, I go on Yaga mostly for the good quality things that I cannot afford to buy brand new. Even sometimes I can afford to buy it brand new, but I won't, because my thing is like, it's already out. Someone doesn't need it. Why am I going to go and buy it brand new? As soon as you start wearing it, it becomes secondhand. And a lot of the times it's such good quality items that are on there that it really does deserve a second life. But I'm not going to bite your ear off about being sustainable, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to talk about the things that I do look for on Yaga. A lot of the times I'm looking for leather items, if I'm being honest. So leather shoes, leather bags, I'll always go to Yaga. I will also go for kiddies things because I've got two boys, and boys' clothes are unnecessarily expensive for how long they're going to use it for. What are these boys doing on their knees the whole day? So I guess that is tip number one, is when you're shopping on Yaga, is to go for good quality things. And that is why secondhand also will always be amazing, why thrifting will always be a thing, because some of the things that you find on Yaga and just general thrifting are like homemade. So someone made it for someone specific, and then that person, I don't know, maybe they outgrew it or they don't like it anymore. They're now selling it. The other day, I found handmade leather boots on there and I love them. Tip number two is when you are checking on Yaga, because things are secondhand, you have to use every single picture. Stare at it, zoom in, zoom out, look at all the pictures. The pictures will tell you a lot about the item. You cannot just go by the description. Good, fair, if it's good or fair, but yeah, I feel like you can see on there. For instance, if you're buying boots, you want to check the sole because it's secondhand. So you want to see, was the person, like, did they wear it so much that, I don't know, if they walk, you know, that it shows that, then you wouldn't want that, especially if you don't walk like that. So you have to check every single picture. Every single picture will show you the scratches. It's not like just shopping online in general. There is defects on this. So you have to check both sides. Say for instance, a shoe. So these are a pair I recently got on Yaga and I love them. I think they are so cool. They are genuine leather, black leather. They were made in Italy and they're Bali's. I don't know if you know this brand. I'm not a labels girl. I don't go on there for the labels and I'm taken aback by labels, no. But I am a value girl. So when I go on, I guess this can be tip number three, is when I go on, I know how much it should cost. So you can't go on there and then say it's very expensive if you don't know what it actually costs brand new. So check every single picture that they put up for you. you know, and read the description, because a lot of times when there are defects, the seller will put in the description. So don't just ignore descriptions when you're shopping on Yaga. That's why a lot of people will say it's got a button missing, or hey, there's a little scuff mark on somewhere or something. But what I wanted to show you guys on these when I bought them is I looked at the picture of the sole, and you can see from the sole that they've barely been worn. I wore it the other day. They are so comfortable. You could tell like they have not been worn all that much. And if you feel like you cannot see with just the pictures, message the seller and ask them, hey, is it in good condition? And then they'll say yes or no. And this is one of the reasons why I love Yaga, is Yaga often monitors the conversation. So if there is a dispute between you and the seller, say for instance, you ask, are these shoes in good condition, doesn't have any defects, it's maybe just secondhand. And then I receive it, and then no, this item is not in good condition. In fact, it is in really bad condition. I can go back to my conversation with them and I can say, hey, I received the item, I'm so sorry, I'm going to return it to you. It's not in the condition that you had said. And I can then tell Yaga about this, and Yaga will go through our conversation in our chat and they will see what happened, and then they will cancel the order from the seller side because they were not honest. That is why you pay that buyer protection fee that you pay every time you make a purchase on Yaga. When you buy something on, if somebody said genuine leather, that's why sometimes if they did not explicitly write it in the description that it's genuine leather, but it looks like genuine leather to me, I will go into the chat and I will ask them, hey, is this genuine leather? So that when I receive it, and if it is not genuine leather, I can return it because I asked them and they said it is. Versus if they just select leather in one of the descriptions here, and then I assumed that that leather meant genuine leather, and then I get it and it's not genuine leather, it's faux leather, and now I'm upset and I don't have ground. So another tip is when you are buying something, clarify. When you return something to someone on Yaga, you do pay for the shipping to you and the shipping back to them. So that's kind of the schlep, is you have to pay for shipping. Number 4, with the buyer protection, how to get buyer protection down if you are buying more than one item is to bundle. Now, I don't know if you guys know what bundling is, but bundling basically means if you're buying more than one item from one seller, they will bundle it together. So they will send it together, so you only need to pay shipping once. But what happens is, once you make a purchase, say you buy boots on Yaga, then it'll give you an hour to buy anything else from that person and not pay for shipping, but you will pay for like the buyer protection fee per item, which adds up and it becomes quite a lot. So how to get that lower is, when you're going to buy from someone, make sure that you're only buying one item if you're going to buy straight. If you're buying more than one item, ask them to bundle it. You literally just message them and you say, hey, could you please bundle these two together? Then they'll take the 2 or 3 items or however many items you're buying and put it together for you. They'll add it up and then they'll make one post with those items, and then you literally just buy that one item. So you pay buyer protection on the one item versus per item, and then obviously shipping once as well. So that is tip number 4, to bundle your items when you buy more than one from someone. And I find, especially if I'm buying kiddies, if I'm buying things for my kids, I always end up bundling, because you always find like a mom that is, say, a mom who's also got a 3-year-old, and so she's got a lot of things for 3-year-olds, and I'm interested in a lot of things, so I will always ask her to bundle. If the person, I don't know, I've never come across someone who said no to bundling. But if the person doesn't want to bundle, I don't know, I've never come across that. Tell me in the comments if you guys have ever come across that, and then we can all discuss what we would do if somebody said no, they don't want to bundle. But in my experience, people are happy to bundle because they know you don't want to pay the extra fees for nothing. And then you still get the buyer protection, because I don't know, should something not work out, Yaga is the one that keeps your money. So quick rundown on how Yaga works and why it is safe, why it is a safe platform to use is if you buy something from someone, you pay Yaga, okay? And then Yaga keeps that money. Then you ship the item to the person. Once they receive it and you say you receive it, then Yaga releases the money and then pays the seller. So that is the protection, is that you don't send it straight to the seller. If you were to go off of Yaga and do it on WhatsApp, then say for instance, now you're the seller and you ship off your stuff and then the person just doesn't pay you, your money's gone. So that is why it's good to stay on the platform. I like that peace of mind of knowing if and a lot of the times, you know, I'm buying genuine leather, 100% cotton items. So if I receive the item and clearly this item is feeling very polyestery, then I will go on there and say, I'm so sorry, can I please return your item? But I haven't actually done that many times. Tip number 5 is to know your measurements. And when you're shopping online, it's different to just knowing, hey, I'm a size 37 on the feet, or hey, I'm a size 12 with clothes. No, because it's all the different brands that are out there. And so you need to know for this brand, like for instance, at Cotton On, I'm a certain size versus at Mango, I'm a different size. So you want to know your measurements so that you can ask the person if you're buying a jacket or you're buying a top. Say you tell yourself, I'm a size small, but now this person puts up a small, but I don't know, maybe they say oversized and you were not looking for oversized. If you ask them for the measurements and you know your measurements, you know how much room it'll leave. So say for instance, if I need 100 centimeters at the bust, I can ask them. And if they say 120, I know it's gonna leave a little bit of room. It's not gonna be tight. Versus if they say 98, then I know it's a tight fitting item. Do I want it to be a tight fitting item? So that is really the advantage of knowing your measurements when you're shopping online. I think the important ones to know is definitely bust area, your hips, waist. You also want to know if you're shopping for shoes, how long it is. A lot of the shops will put down the circumference of the boot because people have different size calves, and yeah, something that might be tight on someone might not be on the next person. And so if they have those measurements, use them. A measuring tape is really like R2 to invest in. It is really worth the investment. If you do not have a measuring tape already, get yourself one. Tip number 6 on Yaga is to use the tools that they have to your advantage. One of the tools they now have is to offer at a certain price. So I always negotiate now, unless, and let me give you a tip on when to negotiate and when not, because I have found that there are places where you're wasting your time if you're negotiating. The longer an item has been up online, and that's the cool thing about Yaga, is it shows you, like this item has been up for 8 hours, 2 hours, or if it's been up for 2 years, it'll also show you. Okay, so the longer the item has been up for, the more discount you can ask. Because if I am selling something and I've had it up for 2 years, and you ask me for 50% discount, I will give it to you. I will, because I'm just trying to get rid of this thing at this point. Because now I've been keeping it for long. Clearly no one's gonna buy it. So whatever you're offering me, I will probably sell it to you. Oh, and then on that, you can also see with the number of likes. If you know that little like button next to an item, that shows you how many people like it. And liking it just means that this person has put it in their favorite pile. They're probably thinking about whether or not to buy this item. You put it in your like, in your favorite, so that it's easy to go back to if you want to go back to it. I like to favorite a lot of things, and then I will sleep on it, and then I'll be like, okay, do I really, really want that item? Some things can sit in my favorite for like months, and I will come back and see like, oh, it's still available, and then I will offer less. Basically, the number of likes that it has is also a good indicator of how much interest people have in this item. So, easy example is if an item's been online for like 4 hours and it's got 20 likes, someone is going to buy it very soon, because 20 people have decided to put it in their like pile, and they've all decided that they're going to think about this product or this item. So if you ask that person who's put it up for 20 minutes and it's got many likes for a discount, or like you offer less, they're very likely not to accept. Okay, I have seen some that will accept when it's a reasonable offer. So with that offer button on Yaga, they don't allow you to go under 30%. So for instance, someone puts up an item for 40 Rand, you cannot offer 20 Rand because that is 50% discount. They will only allow up to 30% of a discount, right? That is what you can offer them. But nothing stops you from going into a chat, like into the DMs of this person. Say for instance, the item's been up for 2 years, and saying, hey, I would like to offer you 100 Rand for this 500 item because it's been up for 2 years. You know, so to use that tool wisely, to see how long it's been up, how many likes it has, how likely the person is to accepting a deal. So there are people that are just selling, you know, and then there are stores that you can see this person does this as a business, and you can see by the amount of stock in their store, by the amount of sales they've made, and Yaga puts that all out there. Like when you go to a shop's profile, you can see how many sales they've made. And the ones in the thousands, that's probably a store. And so those ones often, from my experience, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but a lot of the times they don't want discounts, which is strange for me because you're a store, so you should be doing this very often. But nothing stops you from trying. The only time not to send in an offer is if you can see this item is hot. Like you see it and you're like, yo, how can this item be at this price? Just buy it. Don't offer, because somebody else will buy it just now. And then you're wasting time, and then the item is gone. But if you feel like, no man, this item has been up, offer. Like the worst they can do is not respond or decline, in which case then if you still wanted to buy it, you just buy it at full price. So this video is not really for the seller. Let me know if that's something that you guys are interested. I will make a different video on being a seller and how to get good rates. This is more if you are the buyer. Okay, a lot of the times also, if you're buying a couple of things from the store and you're gonna ask them to bundle, they will give you a discount. Don't buy it straight. Yeah, ask for the discount. Another tip that I like to use on Yaga is I think I mentioned already, I like to put things in my favorite. So I like to like them, and then it goes my favorite. Then I think about it, and then I can compare. I won't just see something and then buy it instantly. I will compare what else is there. Say for instance, I'm looking for brown leather boots. I will like these. They are my size. They're a size 37. The style that I wanted something short and flat, genuine leather, because that will last. Then I will keep searching, and then I will compare all of them. Now they're side by side. All the brown leather boots that I did find in my size, and then I will make the purchase. So just a process of how I come to the final conclusion of, say, an item that I'm going to buy. And I will sleep on things. Hey, this whole thing of impulsive buying, I see something now, I buy it. I don't know, I don't think that's a good idea. That's how we end up with so many things in our closets that we don't wear, that don't serve us. Then you end up with things with tags. I'm so anti that culture of having clothes that have tags on, because before I buy something, I'm a very intentional buyer. Before I buy something, it must pair with other things that I have already. And so it makes getting dressed easier, because I know that this thing will go with that thing. And when it's time to style the item because I just liked it on its own and it actually isn't gonna go with anything else in my closet. Another tip that I have when you're shopping on Yaga is check out the store that's selling the item. So the store usually does say something about the item. If you see someone that's posting, you know, sneakers and they all look like they're from Joburg CBD, then they probably are, you know. But if, say, I don't know, Amy in Lone Hill is selling her Nike sneakers, and you see all the other stuff she has a variety of other brands, and you can see these are things from Amy's closet. It's most likely from the Nike store. You get what I mean? So you do need to check other things that the person is selling to determine whether something is genuine. And I mean, it can happen that that person who looks like they're selling things from Joburg CBD, and not the thrift side, because the thrift side is really cool. Whereas if you can see like, all of these sneakers look like they could come from Joburg CBD, that's probably where it's from. And nothing wrong with that, because I don't know, I'm not a hater of replicas, and a lot of the times they're just as good as the genuine ones. But I definitely don't want to be paying for the price of genuine sneakers if I'm getting a replica. Like, tell me what I'm paying for. That's my thing on that. So the seller is also a good indicator of what their store has. I've found, for instance, where I got these leather boots that I showed you guys, it was all from one store called Second Gear, and he's always got really, really cool brands. And I know the dilemma that this is causing. I know somebody's going to be like, yeah, this is why people are going to up their prices, because you're telling them that you know the brands. And you know what, it can. But at the same time, I buy from that guy because I know how much they should go for and how much he sells them for. If tomorrow he switches up on me and he starts selling 1,000 for these, I'm not going to buy them. I'll find somebody else who will sell it at another price. But the point is, we can't gatekeep because we don't want people to know the value of the things they're selling. Okay, I'm sure when that guy sells the eco boots, and that's why he'll put the brands a lot often on the shoes that because he knows how much these brands go for. That is one of the stores that I definitely recommend. I will put a few others here. This store I love for Birkenstocks. I have gotten a pair from them. They came in really good condition. I can still wear them all the time. They were like these black, you know, those thong Birkenstocks. Yeah, and then I will put other ones. This store, Liberty Luxury, I also love them because all their things are genuine leather. So they find really amazing things, really amazing bags, all genuine leather, and they will specify if it's not, but I think he only puts up things that are genuine leather, which is really cool. And they're like good prices, you know, 300, 400, 500, 600, maybe up to 800, but it's like 100% leather and it's beautiful, like good condition. He won't put something up if it's in like really bad condition. Another tip when you're shopping on Yaga, and I feel like this one should have actually come a lot earlier, is you want to filter out your sizes. So I'm a size 37. So when I shop for boots, say I'm looking for black leather boots. Okay, you also don't want to be so specific that you filter out everything. Like I'm looking for genuine black leather boots. I might not say black genuine leather boots because someone else who just said leather boots will be filtered out. So I will say black leather boots instead of black genuine leather boots. Then I will go into it and then I will see black boots probably. And then I will find a size 37, whatever your size is, maybe your size 39 or 40. I will go into the 40. Once you click the 37, all the ones that show up after that will be 37. So that is a way to filter. So if you're looking for boys 3 to 4 year old clothes, then you click into that and then all of the ones that come up after will be that. So it just helps, that makes things less overwhelming. Looking for specific brands by clicking on the brand, that also helps, depending on if it's a brand that you well know. Think of, say, Freedom of Movement, quite a particular leather brand. If I am looking for that, I will go into the little brands thing, click there, and then all the things I find is Freedom of Movement, you know? So that's a way to filter out. And then my last tip, which is not really a tip, but maybe it'll help you, is this does take time. It does take a bit of scrolling on Yaga to find the good stuff. Like them so that they go into your favorites, so that you think about it, so that you see all the things that you like and then you can go back to. And then when you've decided you don't like this item anymore, like with my leather boots example, I liked a lot of brown leather boots. Then I made a purchase, I bought one, I chose one and I bought it. I'm gonna unlike the other ones because I don't want my favorites page to be cluttered. And every time I go, it's things that I don't actually need. I want things that I'm thinking about buying to be in there. A lot of the times sellers will also send discount codes to people who've liked their thing because they know you're thinking about it. Then they might send you a code to say, hey, it's actually 40% off. So that is one of the advantages to liking an item. Yeah, so a quick rundown on my process when I'm looking for something on Yaga, because I feel like this was a very, very long video. First of all, I'm looking for brown leather boots, okay? I will type in brown leather boots, see all the things that come up, shortlist the ones that I like. I'll go into my size so that only my size will pop up, so that I don't see all the brown leather boots in the world, but only the size 37 brown leather boots. And then once it's in my like, I will leave it in there for a few days if I have time, unless it's like a very popular item, lots of people are liking it, then I will make the purchase a bit sooner. But I will leave it in there, think about it, and then make the purchase. If I'm buying more than one item from the same seller, I will ask them to bundle it. I will also, a lot of the times, ask them for a discount. So I will offer a little bit less. I'm not completely ridiculous when I offer. Say it was going for 300, I might offer 250, and then I will make the purchase. Yeah. And that is all I have for you for today on shopping on Yaga. I hope this was helpful. It felt like a mouthful, but I hope, I don't know, something helped somebody somewhere. Let me know the cool things you guys have found on there and what you're looking for. Maybe I know a store that has the item that you're looking for. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see on topics like this. I really want to focus on sustainable shopping and obviously the thrifting and intentional buying, because I've made quite a few purchases lately, but they've all been very intentional. So I want to continue that. I don't want to just buy things because I can. And yeah, if that's something that interests you, subscribe. I'm also on Instagram at singles_thrift. I appreciate your time. I hope you found some value in this. And if you did, please give it a like. And I will see you at the next one. Bye.